Hello everyone, and welcome to my universe. I have not been working on the game very much lately. I've been taking a small break. But I did do something, so I figured I should show that real quick. So, I fixed the fireflies. So now if we go in here and let's see, do I have everything set up? Don't mind the big green square here. Hello there, easy target, and it is. Godot day is Thursday. So every Thursday I'll be here. But, yeah, don't mind the green square, I'll get to that later, but now you can successfully actually get everything here. And the problem was a lot easier than I thought it was, actually. Turns out, the function that I was using to determine if things are overlapped, by default, it's capped at 32. As in, it'll only detect 32 things that the square would overlap, and that's why it wasn't getting them all, because there's more than 32 pipes here. And then it's also getting, like, the source here, and it's overlapping it, as well as the player, depending on where I drag this, and the bubble around the player. It was getting all those things. So yeah, I just needed to increase the cap. But that does leave me a little bit concerned about potential future performance issues, because it didn't recommend increasing the cap beyond about 2,000. Yeah, I'm worried that might be a problem. I might need to look for a different solution for the future, but for now, you know, this is fine. This works. So, we're gonna roll with that for now. And I'll figure it out later. If I need to. At the very least, I don't want to leave it in a place where if you try to get more than 2,000, that it'll do the weird fireflies bug again. That was a really bad experience. So I'll need to figure out a way to properly limit it, no matter what I do, I think. I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna do that yet, but that's a problem for future me. Future me can get rid of all the jank. Alright. So the other thing I did, and why we have this big green square here, is that the player can now attack. And you do that with the same button that you used to build pipes, and oh, that's right. I'm not doing that yet. That's weird. Why the hell didn't it crash when I was testing this yesterday, then? Whatever. Okay, let's see. There we go. Yeah, so now you can see that we can build like this, and the player is not attacking. But that's because the player can only attack when the grid is off. And that's how I want it to be. The grid must be off in order for the player to attack. Cannot attack while building at the same time. And I think that that's going to be fine, because basically the way this is going to work is where you build the factory. The animation. Animation. Show rectangle. Delete rectangle. It's placeholder. It's fine. But yeah, the way that I want this to work is you're basically going to be capturing rooms within the dungeon that you're exploring, right? And the way that works is you're gonna go clear out all the enemies, and then you have to put down this special item. And that room is now yours. Enemies will never respawn there, and that is when you can start rebuilding your factory. So you will never need to attack while you are building, and I just think it simplifies things to make it so you cannot attack while you are building. These are different things. The destruction and the building don't go together. But yeah, and now I can introduce the large green square that I have sitting here. So we're gonna walk up to it and we're gonna smack it. There we go. Huh. So it won't attack while I'm hovering over this, huh? That's bizarre. That actually is very strange. I must do some I don't know why that's happening. Okay, well, I guess that'll be the first thing I look into. But yeah, if you look at my debug, when I smack it, it says ouch. That's currently the only thing it does right now. This is all just testing to make sure that things that need to be able to take damage can currently take damage, because I haven't implemented HP or enemies or anything. So I just put in a large green square, and now you can smack the air. And that's my current placeholder, and it just goes ouch in the debug. And that's how I know it works. It wouldn't surprise me. That's probably exactly what's happening, yes. Because it is just a color rect, so we can look at that real quick. Mouse. Filter. Ignore. You know, that explains why occasionally the attack wouldn't work, and I was very confused. Yeah, there we go. See, now my cursor can be on it, and you can still go smacking around. And right now, I just have the attack area going away after about half a second. That won't be how it works. I plan to make it go away once the animation completes and stuff, but guess what doesn't exist yet? Yeah, it's the animation. So I just said, okay, go away after half a second. We'll be fine. And we will enjoy the scuff placeholder of attacking the green square with the void. This color rect also won't exist in the final version, so it's probably fine. But the fact that it works now is just, yeah, the rectangle is eating the input. That was exactly it. Okay, so what did I feel like working on today? Hello there, Hardcore Lamp. Welcome back. Thank you for letting me giggle at your name again. And hello there, Protox. Welcome back. That's okay, we're not doing frills today. That'll be on Saturday. I'm sure I'll have an excuse to draw more frills. I always do. Alright. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is continue my progress on room transitions. So what we got here is, you know, I can go into the next room. Huh. Oh, okay. Exit. What do you mean? What do you mean? There's an exit here. What are you talking about? Hello there, Wolffighter. Welcome back. What are you talking about, Godot? There's a thing there. Grid. Oh, there's actually not. Wait. Oh, it's probably in the next room. So it crashed in the next room. Okay, well, that's fine. I'll take care of that in a second. Cannot get children at a null value. Yeah, that makes sense. I haven't set up everything right. Okay, so... Don't worry about it. We're just getting started. There's... You know, I wasn't expecting my title to be so appropriate. I see. Well, you know, there's worse things to be associated with than frills. I can respect it. Anyway. So yeah, we can move between rooms, and so the goal here is to make it so that if you see these little hot pink squares that I got here, that we can pass elements through them. So this way we can get these fire and earth sources over here into this room that has no fire and earth sources. This one only has wind and water. So I want to be able to grab all of these guys and bring them over here so that this way we can get more elements into the phylactery. Yes. That's going to be important because right now, while I do have it, So I can place one phylactery per room. That will not be the case in the final game. You have very limited phylacteries, and they're going to be a very rare resource. Are you now preloading rooms? No. I am not. So, I have more important things to worry about than getting rid of scuff. I am embracing the scuff. Fixing the scuff just comes later. It's not that big a deal right now. So, let's see. Yeah, so the goal here is I want to be able to transfer elements from this room into this room. And this hot pink square here is going to be the point that elements can transfer. So every room... I don't know how many of these transfer points each room will have. Or if they'll be able to connect to every room around connected to them. I haven't decided. You know, maybe they'll be able to connect to multiple places. I don't know. But point being, there will be clear places. Not right now, but in the final game, almost certainly. I mean, you gotta be able to traverse upward. It's just right now we've got testing room 1 and testing room 2, and I have declared that they connect right here. So that will be the point where we can attach the pipe. So you'll be able to do something like that, and then whatever's going into this pipe will go into this room. And they're one way. So if I declared that it was going into this room, if I tried to put a pipe here to send some into the other room, it wouldn't work. Would not work. They are one way. So that's kind of what I need to model right now. I want to check to make sure that... What's the word? We know which way they're going. And what direction that quote-unquote pipe between rooms is pointing. So I think that's going to be the first step. And then after that, I need to figure out how to store what is going to be going between rooms here, so that this way I'll be able to run calculations between rooms. So I need to know if I have these pipes connected and then this chain is going out and doing something over here. Then I need to make sure I know how much is coming in here, through there, and then out into this. And I need to be able to keep that value existing, I guess, between rooms. I need to know how much from outside is flowing between rooms. Oh, hello there, Ian. Yeah, welcome back. Thanks for joining me today. And so that is... Figuring out how I want to structure that is kind of the goal. I thought about it a few times throughout the week. I've been doing some other things this week. I actually drew this week. It was fantastic. It felt good. I needed a little bit more of that in my life, which is why I decided to take a break in the game for the week and kind of do some of that. But yeah, so let's figure out how I'm going to do this. I am just going to type in some commented code up here and figure out how I would like to do that. Okay. So it's gonna be pretty easy to figure out. That is a test placeholder that I can smack with the attack that I put on the player this week. It prints out in the debug menu. That's all it is. Player has an attack now. Okay. So now the player can attack the air and make it go ouch. Let's see. So I need first to know if there was a pipe. If there is a pipe on the room transition square. Enemy base? Yeah, basically. So yeah, now we have damage areas, and you can smack them and make them go ouch. I haven't hooked up HP or anything yet, so I'm just leaving it there. And that's sufficient for now. The player attack works. Okay, let's see. So I need to know if there's a pipe on the room transition square. If there is, I need to see if it's pointing the right direction. What is the right direction? That's kind of important because, like, theoretically, I could have a pipe facing every direction there, and only one of them ends up being relevant. I also need to know what to do if I have pipes facing just opposite directions from each other. Like, how do we determine which way the flow is going? It'll probably just be whichever one is put down first, but there we go. Oh, you made your first animated sprite? Congrats! That's awesome! Great job! Yeah, I haven't really done much of that. I'm gonna have to do that at some point for the game too, and I'm terrified. It's okay, I think Godot has lots of tools that'll help me out with that. Okay. So, direction. The direction that goes off the grid. That's the best way I can describe it. Yeah, I think that's pretty reasonable, and I think I can use the room transition direction. I've had much practice typing. It's true. Yeah, the animation player looks pretty good. And from what I can see, I think that when it comes to animating in Godot, a lot of the skills that I've learned from rigging this model here that makes up my body is going to be very transferable. I can pretty much do the same thing. Just a little bit of morphing, plopping some bones, and I think it'll be fine. Okay. Don't literally use the room trans. So just make it an export variable or something. Did I make the whole look myself? Yes, I designed it, I drew it, and I rigged it. It's all me. My budget for VTubing, I guess it wasn't quite $0 since I had to buy the webcam for tracking and a microphone. But I'm pretty sure I did the whole thing for under $100. No, probably not under 100. I think it was under 200 though. It was a Christmas gift. So, yeah. I do everything myself. Because I have no money. Okay. No, I just used an ordinary webcam. Just super basic one. It is sufficient. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so that'll determine what direction it can go. So it's either going to be flowing in or flowing out. I think I can use room transition logic again. Just apply an enum to it once the first pipe on it is built. Do I want people to be able to turn it around? Yeah, that seems like a good idea. So I'd want people to be able to do that, which... And it'd be nice if they could do it from one room. Which I think is doable. Maybe they just click on it. And change direction. I think each one will only have 2 directions they can go. Inside or outside. So it'll be easy to just, okay, click the button to change direction, and then it changes. So I think that's very doable. Very nice. Dude, I always love stuff like that. But when I first started learning how to rig, I was just like, oh, this is magical. You finally, like, I liked drawing my model. I think it's very pretty, and it was great. But then it started to move. It's like finally, within this digital space, I could move around, and it's like, oh, the magic is real. It was so magical. It just, oh man. It's hard to describe because, you know, before then I'd drawn some illustrations that I generally liked them, but now it's like it's moving. It can look at me. I can blink. It just adds a whole new dimension to it. It's really, really cool. I like it a lot. So, that was pretty incredible. There was something special about animation. I don't draw fast enough to do frame-by-frame stuff, but... No, this kind of puppet animation, oh yeah. I'm gonna be digging into that. I'm... looking forward to one of 2 things happening. Either one, Inochi 2D finally releases 0.9, and it's kind of more stable than the 0.8 version is. Or 2, Umamo is released. Really excited for those, because then I can play with rigging stuff again, and I was like, You can bet we're gonna rig stuff on stream. I'll go find some nice art to rig, or draw it. I do have a whole body. You will never see my lower half. It is forbidden. I got really lazy rigging it. That's all. It's okay, you know what? I think if anybody looked at my lower half, they'd go insane too. You know, that's just what happens when you look at creatures at the edge of the universe. So don't worry about it. Anyway, let's see here. Where was I? Okay, so yeah, I think it'll be easy to determine if it's in or out. By default, just grab the first pipe on the connected ones. So that means I'll need to... Well... So... I need it to know which one it's connected to, kinda. I put kinda, I know what I'm talking about there. How do I explain it? So the way I have room transition set up, I'm going to be kind of referencing them quite a bit. So here's a level transition. And the way it works is you can see that some of this is just debug stuff, but I have a direction of the screen that it goes on, and that kind of determines which way the transition happens, so I think I can use this again. And this is where it moves to, and this is the name of the one it's connected to. Oh, yeah. Such is life. Take my word for it. There's stuff. There's export variables here. It's better for chat to be up there than block the debug, unfortunately, so... I've been thinking of layouts and whatnot. I'll figure it out. My hair reminds you of aqua tourmaline. I see. It's shiny. I just wanted something really, really shiny. I like shiny things. Okay. So basically, this is easy, and there won't be an issue. The real problem is that I'm probably going to have to store this in a dictionary somehow, because there could very easily be many, many pipe transitions. Let's see. So I need to know which is which. And no, there's no F and. What are you doing, fingers? And my data structure needs... I'm pretty sure that's not how you spell structure, but that's fine. Needs to know which are connected. Okay. And that should be fine. I'll just have to keep track of that. So far, data structure needs room, connected room, amount, direction, amount. Why is the script blue? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Okay, so room, connected room, direction, and amount. Does it need anything else? Type of pipe, maybe. But no. As long as I know what's flowing in there, I think it should be okay. I'll say type of pipe, maybe. Because if it's a splitter, I'll need to make sure to split the amount within that pipe in half. Okay. Yeah, that seems accurate. But I think that this one in particular, direction. Oh, the script for that? Because it's a tool script. And it shows me some stuff in the editor. So you can see this pink thing here. It's... The only reason that we see this is because I made a tool script for it. So I got this little guy up here, so that this way it shows me stuff in the editor. And so it turns it blue. Okay. Yeah, this all seems accurate. Okay, so I think this will be enough information to tell me how much should be flowing in and out of a room. Okay. So, I want to clarify direction. Clarifying direction. Direction can be in or out. Inside or out. Or outside. Because that's all that really matters. I don't care if it's going left or right or up or down. I just need to know if it's going inside or outside. That's what's important here. So I need to know if I need to add this value to whatever's going on inside the room, or if I can ignore it when I'm calculating stuff inside that room. So I think that's it. And then the goal here of structure, I'll say data structure, is to make it so I can look at the numbers in other rooms without having to build the pipes. So I basically, while you were building something, you were always going to be in that room Because with the way that this is set up, you can only build within this black circle. So you do have to be in the same room, which means that when you run a calculation and... or rather, when the game runs a calculation and starts putting things into this data structure, it will always be properly updated. I don't have to worry about stuff happening in other rooms. Yes, you have to jump to build up top. You've got to do a lot of running around to build your factory. That's okay. We have stuff planned for this. Yeah. So this means that very, very safely, I know that anything that you built can get updated because you will be in the same room as it. And so you can update the data structure in this. The data structure that needs to be updated. Hello there, Juiciest Pineapple. Welcome back. Yes, yes. Okay. So this should be pretty safe. So now I just kind of need to figure out what I want it to look like. And that's the part that I've been having some trouble with. So my first thought here. Guess who's planning on using another nested dictionary? Let's go! How much will plumbing cost? Nothing, because you're a lich and you just take what you want. Look, man, when you're a protagonist, you don't have to play by the rules. That's fine. You're just gonna leech power from the walls of the dungeon and make it yours. Okay, so first off for data structure. Upper level. Alas. Let's see, are things fine on my end? You know what, I covered up my frame drops. Am I dropping frames? No, I am in fact not dropping frames, so unfortunately I'm pretty sure it's all on your end. Wish I could help you, but, you know, life is hard. Okay. So... is by room. Room has connections. Connections have direction, amount. Yeah, and so I probably don't need the type of pipe. I'll just bake that into the well, no, I really can't. Can I? Because what if that pipe is unbalanced? That's the part that's gonna kill me, isn't it? I'll worry about splitters later. Splitters are scary. We're gonna worry about them later. Direction and amount. That seems fine if we're going to pretend splitters don't exist. Sounds good to me. Okay, so... this seems fine, actually. So then you look... room you're in. You can get the connections. Connections are only made when there is a pipe on at least one side. That's amount. Okay, so connections are only made when there is a pipe on at least one side. That'll make it so this way I'm not iterating over useless ones that are not currently being used. It might be nice if I could do it on both sides, but then I'd have to check the other room, and that seems like it might get complicated. So I'm not going to worry about it. So we'll just say the connection's made when there's a pipe on the when you have built a pipe on one side there, and that'll determine the direction it's going and all that good stuff. Yes. Okay, so this all seems fine. Okay, so yeah, this kind of thing seems fine. I could probably make this work. I'm just thinking if there's anything else that is important here. But no, I think this seems okay. Alright, I gotta think about it for a second, and while I do, I'm gonna go ahead and smack the green square and make it say ouch, just while I think. It's fun to fidget, so we'll just smack the green square a little bit and have a good old time. Let's see. I'm just thinking about how to implement this. It's okay, the air had it coming. Okay. So, somewhere, let's see, where do I start rebuilding everything? Here it is. Right here. Okay. Yeah, I am gonna need that. Alright, and... so right now, doing it like this would crash the game for rooms that have no exits, and it's entirely possible that some might exist. That there might just be some rooms that you can't build in, or whatever else. I want to be prepared for that. So let's make it so that this doesn't crash the game, and then we can worry about other things. And let's see. So, here's where we will put the resources from other rooms. Somewhere. Okay. Okay, anyway, let's make this not crash. So I think I can say if exits dot has no children? Okay, how do I tell how things are going? Hello there, Gauma. Welcome back. Oh, so far so good. I actually haven't worked on the game very much this week. I drew instead. It was fantastic. I kind of needed a break after beating my head against recursive pipe so much. Still don't have those working, but, you know, I'm pretty confident that once I start working on it again, I think it'll be fine. I think I have a decent solution. I just need to talk to someone about math, and they're busy. So I'm taking a little break. Let's see. Right, I was gonna look up how to see if a node has children. Okay. I have no doubt that I'll figure it out. I believe in myself. Okay, so you can just get the child count. Alright, sounds good. Get child count is not equal to 0. Okay, so now this should stop crashing the game when we go to a place that does not have exits. Wait, no, that still won't work, right? Because this one doesn't have exits at all. Okay, you know what? Then I can make this easier. We just check to see if it exists. Actually, that'll still break, won't it? Okay, var exits equals get node or null. I think I just call it exits. Okay, so now I see if that node exists, and then we get children. So I'm gonna make sure that this doesn't crash the game. We'll start here. Okay, so we're good there. Okay, and this one doesn't have... I'm pretty sure testing room 2 does not have any exits yet. Oh yeah, I don't have it named. That's why. Okay. So there we go. This doesn't crash the game. So yeah, basically what happened is that I forgot to name the node 2D I was using to hold this group in my testing room 2. And so that's why it was crashing the game. And now it's not crashing the game. Okay. So let's see. I'm gonna run another test. I just want to make sure that these things don't crash the game. So now I'm gonna call you exits. So now exits exists, but it has no children, right? And you should be accessible by unique name always. At some point, I think I'm probably going to be taking a lot of these things out and turning them into... Well, maybe not. I was going to say maybe I'll turn them into a scene themselves, just so I don't have to remember, oh yeah, we have to add all these things to every room. Do I even use a click timer anymore? I don't know if I do. Anyway, where was I? Okay, so now I want to see... Now that exits exist and has no children, does this crash the game? Oh, I'm in the wrong room. What am I doing? Okay, so no, it doesn't crash the game. So this is sufficient. Okay. So it was just crashing before because it couldn't find a node called exits and it was complaining. Okay, cool. Sounds good. All right. Okay, so this no longer crashes the game, so now we can get a list of all the exits in the room. I'm gonna need a testing room 3 at some point, but that'll be for later. Okay. How long do I expect the game to take? I do not think I will finish it this year. I don't want to say something more accurate than that, because frankly, I have no idea what I'm doing, and I don't know how long it's going to take. I mean, so far so good. I feel like I've been going at a pretty good pace. I've been slightly stuck on one problem. But other than that, I feel like things have been moving along pretty well. So we'll see how things are going next year. Definitely won't be done this year. No shot. No shot. Okay. So here, right now, pipe loops don't work, so we're not going to be using them, but I'm pretty sure everything else still does. I don't think I need this big comment wall anymore. And from there... I just kind of need to determine when I should start moving things right. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Last time... I was getting a little sleepy and I was trying to figure out, okay, how am I going to determine whether or not we have a pipe on the outside? And I was thinking of adding a property to the pipe dictionary on whether or not the pipe goes outside. Do I still want to do that? I see. Yeah, sounds cool. See, for me, I just remade Pong real quick just to see if I felt like I was ready, if I knew enough about the engine to see if I was ready to do this, and yeah, it went well, so I was like, okay, let's just jump right into the deep end and start making the game I want to make. That's okay. I think doing a small game for practice, just to kind of see what it's like, is a really good idea. I mean, he just played against the computer. I didn't put any multiplayer in it. But I highly recommend remaking Pong for anyone that just, you know, wants to give game dev a shot. Remaking Pong is super simple, and it'll get you started. Okay. So at this point, I'll have a location, the location of all the exits. I'll have all the exits. So now I just need to see if there's a pipe on top of it. That's why I'm debating. Do I want to care about the chain, about making the chain go outside here? Honestly, as long as you're doing it on one keyboard and not like over a network, multiplayer actually isn't very hard. You just have to make sure that you have enough buttons to do everything. Yeah, I suppose I didn't think through very much on how I was going to detect. On how I was going to detect whether or not a pipe was on what was on the tile and going outside. So let's think about that real quick. How am I going to detect this? I mentioned that it just has to be facing the right direction. So I just need to make sure it's facing the right direction. Okay. I have some idea here. I don't know if I want to do it like this, though. Look, choices are hard. Because I'm not sure if it's really necessary for here. What really matters is that it gets put onto the dictionary that's being recalculated when you... How to say? What really matters is that it's put on the dictionary that's going to monitor all the things going on between the other rooms. So I'm not sure if I need it for the individual rooms. For the individual pipe dictionary here. That might be overkill. I can see why I thought to do it that way, though, because now I'm thinking about, okay, this is how I go through and calculate the numbers that should be going into each pipe. So from there I can just check some of these things, but frankly, I don't think it's all that relevant here. So I am probably overcomplicating this, but I really don't think I need this. Let me see, does a chain go outside? Where is that variable? Oh, did I make it global? Okay. I see, so this is where I was checking to see if it goes outside. We're not gonna worry about that right now. Okay. Trying to vocalize my thought process, always a thing. I might just need a moment to be quiet and think. That's why I often do that thing where I just kind of type things out. I guess I can try doing that again. Where I just, you know, blob a thing in the comments up here. So, let's see if I can type out what I'm thinking. I just want to know... how do I determine... what to calculate? That's a good way to put it. I just need to determine what it is that I need to calculate, because if there's no pipes on exits, I do nothing. If there is a pipe on an exit, it effectively becomes an extractor in the sense that it is pulling resources from what the room can consider nowhere. Like, obviously it's coming from somewhere, everything always comes from a source. But it is not in this room. This room doesn't have to care about where it's coming from, it just knows that this amount of resource is coming into this room. So we can kind of think of it as another source. That's my favorite gemstone? I don't know if I really have strong opinions about shiny rocks. I think they're all pretty. Yeah, I wouldn't say I have any strong opinions about rocks. Okay, so if there's a pipe and an exit, it effectively becomes an extractor. So I just... I don't know. Like I said, I don't really have any strong opinions about rocks. I don't really have a favorite. So I just treat it like one. This doesn't mean I need to mark it somehow. So I need to mark it somehow so that when I go to recalculate, that... so when I go to recalculate, I can treat it like an extractor. Yes. Okay, so that seems fine. So I might want a function called isStartingPoint. Okay. So that this way I know which pipes are starting. I mean, you can if you want to. I'd be fine with it. Okay, so yeah, this way I can pick up which ones are starting points, and yeah, sure, like I said, I'm fine with it. I don't mind. Okay, so that would actually be pretty easy, because all I need to check is for pipes that are on the same square as the entrances and exits, and I can do that easily. Okay. Is there a way I can do it without, like, looping through? Yeah, no, there is. So I'm already gonna have an array of exits, so I think I can just make another array of exit pipes. Okay, and alright. Well, thank you for stopping by, Ian. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Okay, so now we will have that, and I can... And before we start rebuilding the factory, I will have my array of exits. And so we'll have that, and... Oh no, I don't think I need the array of exits. No, I don't think I need to do that, actually. Okay, I can make this even simpler. So what I'm actually going to do is I will... No, I do need the array of exits. Do I populate it here? Yes, I think so. So somewhere in here, I just need to... When I'm repopulating the factory, I just need to, somewhere in here, somewhere look at the dictionary of connections between rooms, and then I need to look at the connection between rooms and add the pipe to the exit. To the pipe exit array. Okay, so I think that's how I'm gonna do it, and then all I need to do is populate that exit array while I make a building. Which I think is gonna be fairly straightforward. I just check to see if they're on top of each other. How do I do that for extractors? Because I basically already do this. Okay, so I get the coordinate. I check to see if they're equal. Okay. Easy enough. So if we just do this for everything that goes through over at the end here. And this time I want exit in exit array. And then I'll just change some names and stuff to make things simple. Okay, so there we go. So now I'll have the coordinates there, and I can say if But much like I did up there, I can just say if exit chords is equal to a true location. I want to add the pipe that I'm making. So what did I call this? I just do it based on the location, right? Yes. Okay, so I just need pipe exit. Oh shoot, that's not what I called it. Man, I already forgot what I called it. What did I call it? Exit pipes. Okay. I just had the words backward. Exit pipes. Exit pipes array dot append location. And that should give me everything. Okay. Cool. So now I want to do that thing where I make the loop of is a starting point. So we have end point here, so let's put the starting point right above it. Is starting point. Man, it's so weird how endpoint is one word, but starting point isn't in my head. I'm gonna leave it like that. It's fine. Okay, so I'll just call it pipe location. It's a string. Returns bool. And I just want to say that if pipe info sub pipe sub name is extractor, return true. Oh, right. Fine. And then elif if exit pipes array dot has pipe location, return a true, else return false. And there we go. I think that's all it needs. So we just look in. If it's an extractor, then yes, it's a starting point. Otherwise, we check to see if it's in the exit pipes. And if it is, then it's true. And otherwise, it is not. So now I just need to go up to my calculate. Here we are. And for here, yeah, I don't want to reset elements for something that is a starting point. Pipe. Equals false. We reset. Okay. And then down here, we do the same thing. If is starting point item equals true, and that'll be the starting point, and we can go from there. Okay, so now I think I've successfully figured out how to make sure that we're aware of where things start, which things are an extractor or so. So I think that's all good. And from there, my goodness. Okay, so from there, now it's just a matter of determining whether it goes in or out. So strictly speaking, that little bit here, this isn't true. Because it can also go out of the room, in which case it is not a starting point. So I'll have to adjust that once I have the data structure for the main dictionary that's going to keep track of these things built. But don't worry about it. We'll do it soon. Let's figure out how I'm going to make that thing work. So factory global. Okay, so we have active pipe layout, active phylactery values, and now we're going to have our active flow between rooms. Okay. So this is when things are gonna start getting a little messy. Okay. I'm just thinking about how I should handle this. So sure, let's start typing again. So this way, I'm not just staring here at the camera, just like... That seems like, a bad idea. I can do better than that. So, let's go and just kind of ramble about things. Okay. Let's type it all out. This way you can see all the funny things that are going on inside of my head. Alright, so thought process. I need to build the dictionary that keeps a track of things going between rooms. How? Okay. This is my current thoughts. I don't actually think it'll be hard. I think it'll be fine. I just need to think it through. And it's hard to do that and talk at the same time, okay? So... what do I need to know? I need to know the direction of the pipe, the room name. So that's going to be my first key. The room name. Reiterating to my future self again. Make sure you give every room a unique name, even if it's just testing room 1 and testing room 2. It's fine. As long as I have unique names, everything will work out. Name of the room is base key. Now the good news is, if the connecting room doesn't have a pipe on the exit, and thus doesn't have a dictionary entry, it's okay. Because I don't care about that pipe anymore. If... how to say... I don't care about that pipe anymore if... there's nothing connected to it. So basically, if the other room has no entry or no entry for the connected point, I know there's nothing there, and it's just a dead end. Okay, so that's kind of how I'm thinking about the calculation here. So the way I plan to structure it, we're gonna have the room, its connections, and then each connection will have its details. If the connection doesn't have its own entry in the dictionary, so if we look at testing room 1 here, this goes to testing room 2. If this has nothing on it, if this has no entry in the dictionary, I know that there's nothing on it, and thus, whatever is here is a dead end. Or if it's facing inward, I know that it is an extractor with a value of 0. So it's all good. It's fine. All is well. And that's basically what I have to care about there. So that's good. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I just need to know if it ever goes outside. So let's see. I guess I can start typing. Okay. That does remind me that when I'm adding things to the pipe or exit pipe array, that I do need to check their direction. Yeah, I need to make sure that they're doing the right thing. Let's do that right now, actually, before I forget, because that's actually pretty important. Where are you? God, I have a lot of functions here. There it is. Okay. So what we were doing here. Here's the exits. So I have checked to see if the exit coordinates are on the right spot, but I have not checked to see if the pipe is facing the right way. So this would be, for example, if I tried to put a pipe here facing up. It wouldn't do anything. You're allowed to do that, but it's not going to transfer things between rooms. It either has to be pointing in, so to the left, or out, to the right. So I need to know for these pipe exits, so that's probably going to be something within its own script. I need to know what direction it's on. And I think that's just going to be an export variable that I just have to manually plop into every single one of these. And that's fine. So let's head back into the script here. Do I even care about this? I don't think I do. Do I? I am gonna have to put it onto the pipe. So it might be easier just to make this like a source. And then I can just say, hey, on the quote-unquote source that you're on top of, put in the value. Or I could conceivably just put it directly into the pipe that it's on top of and not worry about this information. I'll leave it for now. I'm not sure if I'm going to use this. But what I do know that I need is... Oops. I like to have my export variables at the top. So I want... side? Let's see, so... Oops, a var side... And this is going to be an enum. Let me see, do I have an enum? I'm pretty sure I make the enum here. Yeah, it's fine. I'll just do it again in this. I could potentially, like, put it in the global class, but I can't be bothered. So I'll just default it to left, I guess. Okay. And now I can just select from here, and it's fantastic. Okay. So now I know which direction that, which side of the screen that it's going to be on. So if I were to take this, I might need to reload the project, but I'll try without, and then come back over here. Go to the exit to testing room 2. It is on the right side. And now I have this information. Okay, so now I know which side it's going to be on, so I need to know if it's facing left or right, it's good. If it's facing up or down, it's not. That's easy to check. Okay. So, yeah, I have a really good way to check that. Let me get the other export variable. Enum direction. We want inside or outside. Actually, this one probably doesn't need to be export, because this isn't something that I'm going to be setting manually. This is going to be something that I set in the code. So var flow direction, and I don't think we need to default it to anything, but it is a string. Okay. Huh, so that's not considered a string? I've done this before. Let me go look at my level transition. What did I set your type to? It's type side. Okay. I would have thought that it was a string, but it is not. Okay. Well, that's fine. It is of type side, and you are of type direction then. Okay, and I think that this is going to be good for now. I probably do want that. Yeah, because then I can check the exit. Can I? Yeah, I can. Okay. I think this makes sense to me. So I'll go ahead and we'll head back on over to the grid. And now I need to know if exit dot side is equal to up. How do I check this here? I don't remember. Maybe I do need to make it global. Because yeah, my level transition, I only use this here. I don't need to use this in another class. Okay, maybe I just make a function on it then. Let's see. Location. Location equals value, apply area settings. Let's see here. I just have to remember what I was doing this. Okay, so this is just putting stuff into the right place. And I don't need to do anything that complicated, I don't think. So this is just for setting. And I just want something quick for getting. Okay. Let's see. So if we go back to pipe exit here, I'm just gonna say get side. And yeah, this should be fine. Returns side, I guess. And then no, I don't want it to return side. I want it to return to string, I think. So that this way the other class can use it more easily. I think I'm thinking about this right. This is where I'm just like, I only kind of know what I'm doing, so bear with me. Let's see, so we'll get there if... I think I can just return... side. Is that all I need to do? I think so. Yes. So exit dot get side. Yep, this is perfect. Is equal to left or exit dot get side is equal to right. I want to do one thing. Else, if it's up or down, I want to do something else. Okay. So here I want to check to see if it's going left or right. I want to see if the X value for its giving is different than its location. So if var or stir to var gives, and I think this will be true for splitter, so I don't need to check split gives. Yes. Is that how I do it? I don't remember. We'll see if this crashes. It's fine. Is not equal to true location.x. Okay, so basically what this means is that if the x direction is the same, it's either giving to above or below it. But if the x is different, it's going to be giving to the left or the right, and that's what I want. So that's how I know that it's going to be in the right place here. And for this one, I kind of want to do the same thing, just on the y-axis. And so I think that this will give me an accurate look here. So let's go ahead and test this before I start doing any more complicated things. So I'm gonna go ahead and print exit array. No, not exit array. Exit type array. Okay. So let's see if this works. We'll go ahead and print this out. So this is facing up or down. There should be nothing. Alas. It still hit it. Okay, so no, I'm not thinking about this correctly. Alright, let's do some more prints then. So let's see, print. This is going to be... Hello there, Mr. O. Welcome back. Let's see, print. Exit shenanigans. And we're gonna print... Because I do have the side here determined correctly, right? It's on the right. Ah, I see. So it must be... It's not in all caps. Okay, well, let's see if that's how it works. Exit.getSide. But it does seem likely that it's just not in all caps, and that's why it's not working. Okay. Print. Stir to var gives dot x. Print true location dot x. Because right now I'm just testing the x direction. I'll do the y direction after. So let's just get this working. And let's see if I'm correct about why it's flubbing up. Exit.getSide is 1. Well, that would explain things! I didn't realize that it was going to give me the index of the enum. I thought it was going to give the text. Okay. You know, that actually makes more sense now that I think about it. It just wasn't what I was expecting. This is why you print things, kids. Okay. In that case, I don't have to make it a string. I can just return the integer. Pipe exit. Okay. And let's see, so I have left, right, top, and bottom, but that kind of defeats the purpose of using an enum. No, I want to use a string. Screw that. I want to keep it in plain English that I can actually understand, and I won't have to come back and reference this all the time. That sounds annoying. So I guess it'd be a side sub side? Is that how you do it? Does that not make sense? Only string or string name? Worth a shot. Okay. Good luck. Unless you're doing a single screen multiplayer. Multiplayer adds a great deal of complexity. It's terrifying. I've messed with networking in games a little bit. And it's just like, oh my god. So side returns 1. It's okay, you know. Being terrified should never stop you from doing something cool. It's just scary. Okay. See, side dot side. Yes, I know. I'm just trying to figure out how to return an enum value as a string instead of as an integer. Let's see. I know, right? Okay, programming is hard. AI state dot. Let's see. So keys. Okay. So it would be side dot keys sub side, right? Yeah. So is that what I want? Okay, it's not complaining. Let's go see what it looks like. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, so now we're good. I just needed the right way to figure out how to print the right thing. I needed this. Which makes sense now that I look at it. I just didn't know the syntax. Okay. So this appears to be correct now, so let's rotate it. And so now it should add itself to the exit array. Perfect. Okay. So now I will have an accurate way to find that exit. Cool. So now this should be good. Now I have checked to make sure it's facing the right way, so since this, I guess you have a little bit of a hard time seeing it because of chat. Let me move the game over just a little here. There it is. Oh no, not that one, no. Okay, this one. Okay. I'll go ahead and move it over just a little bit so chat's not covering it. So yeah, you can see the little pink area here. It's got a pipe coming out of it. So I wanted to check to make sure that it was facing the right directions. This way, you know, you couldn't get your elements to flow when you had it facing sideways. So now when it's facing like this, it's working. Oops, I'm on the... There we go. And when it's facing like this, is it working? Oh, it didn't print. Oh, did the game crash? Wait, why did the game crash? Well, that's strange. Let's try that again. I don't know what just happened. Okay, so yep, it added itself properly. I'm gonna delete this. Okay, so the game crashes when I try to build on... When I delete a building and try to build on the square again. Okay, well, let's figure out why that is, and then I can start worrying about all the room transition stuff again. Okay. Does it happen when I do it everywhere? Yes. Wow, that's weird. It's bizarre. Okay, why is that happening? No, seriously, why does that crash the game? So if we delete building... We get the thing. Yeah, we erase from pipe info, we queue free. As far as I can tell, nothing's breaking when I delete it, right? So if I just make this big old long string here, I'll wait for the game to come up. Okay. And then delete it. Oh. Hello, spirits. Be gone. You are not allowed here. Where's my exit? Help, the spirits kidnapped my chat. It's not letting me close the window. There we go. Okay. We're good. Alright, back to what I was doing. Can I delete all of these without causing problems? Okay, seems fine. And if I make another row but don't cover anything, is it fine? Okay, we're fine. I was able to delete all of them. Okay, and that doesn't crash the game. If I do here, does it crash the game? So it's a singular click after I've deleted a building. So if I delete you and try to put you there... No, it didn't crash this time. Huh. Okay, I'm gonna run the game from scratch again. I want to test something. Okay, so if I draw a straight line here... Okay, so we got that. I'm not going to delete it this time. I'm going to put a single pipe there, and I'm going to try to delete it. Okay. Now I'm going to run it without doing any pipe dragging whatsoever. And I'm going to delete it, and I'm going to try to build there again. And the game crashes. Okay, so specifically, when I draw a single pipe after having done no dragging. I'll try that too. Okay, so this time I'll drag, we click here, delete, click. Okay, so it is specifically when you don't move your mouse. That was a good suggestion. Okay. So yes, it is specifically when you don't move the mouse. Alright, and... okay, gotta delete some random stuff there. Gonna do this. We're gonna delete here, and then I'm gonna build there. Okay. So yes, it is specifically when I do not move the mouse. And that's what crashes the game. What the fuck? Okay, I might actually have an idea of why this is happening. Let's go over to input. Yeah, I know, right? It's really weird. It just freezes. And then it doesn't give me any further information. It's kind of annoying. But I might have an idea of why this is happening. Hello there, Copper. Welcome back. Okay, where was I? Okay, so let's see. Pipe dragging is false. Selection dragging. Okay, so here is going to be where I build that. Okay, so if preview start is not equal to preview end, so this looks fine. This is if there's something already there. And if there's not, then we do this. So what this suggests to me is that maybe it hasn't been properly cleared from the array yet. So let's do some printing. Print, because I can't just do pipe info sub thing. You know what? If we're doing this with singulars, I'm just gonna print the entirety of pipe info. So let's try to figure out what's happening here. Pipe info is empty. Pipe info has one thing. Yeah, that makes sense, because this is before I spawned the building. Okay. Clear. Build again. It doesn't even get to that print statement, huh? Okay. So it doesn't even get to here. So whatever is happening is before. So this is when the action's released. So I guess whatever's breaking is probably when the action's pressed. Okay, so we're not copying, that's true. Selected building index is not equal to -1, it's a normal pipe. Pipe dragging. Is it having trouble getting these? I can't imagine it would. Well, let's find out. I don't know what to do other than spam print statements at this point, so... here we go! Okay, so we're gonna have pipe dragging. Pre-drag building. Pre-drag building index. Pre-drag flip. And pre-drag rotation. Okay. So we got all those. Here goes nothing. Let's see how many of those we get before the game crashes. So we got this. Ooh. Why is pre-drag building null? Because I haven't set it to this yet. Okay, that's fine. I've moved the mouse so this this test is void, but I saw null and I was concerned. But all the rest of this seems fine, and yeah, I think that's to be expected because I set it here. Selected building, is it null? Probably. I guess I'll check that too. Selected building. Selected building index. Flip. Building rotation. Okay, so now I have all the values that they're going to be set to as well. We're going to be robustly testing. Because I don't know what's going on, man. No idea. And just to make sure. Yep, we got a proper building. We're good. Okay. Let's test it for real now. We're gonna make the game crash. Okay. So it got the building. It got the index. It got the flip. It got the rotation. So all of this stuff happened. Alright. And then on release... Okay, grid is on. Copying is false. Pipe dragging is true. Okay. And it doesn't get here before it crashes. Okay, well, you know what? Let's make sure that it's going to where I think it is. So we're gonna go ahead and print. So all of this is fine. I'm gonna get rid of these prints just so that they don't take up space and confuse me. But all that checks out. We're good. It hits where I'm expecting there. So now I'm gonna hit, okay, and we're gonna print. Oh. Fine. Why you gotta make things complicated, spirits? Why you gotta be like that? You know what I meant. Look, you can tell that my first programming language was Perl, because I'm just like, oh yeah, you can totally append a boolean to a string, it's fine. In Perl it is fine! Hold on, I need to finish closing the game, because right now it's getting very confused, and I want to make sure that this closes. I'd rather not end the whole process if I could help it. Oh wow, everything is just so hung. Oh, I'll give it a sec, I guess. Alright, let's go back to typing. This is going to be... dragging. Pipe dragging. This is going to be selection. Those are the 3 things I check for on click. And we're going to get, there it goes. Okay, there we go, it finally crashed. Selection dragging. Okay, so those are the 3 things that'll determine which thing it's going into. According to me, It should be coming here into pipe dragging. Yes. So let's hear. Print. Preview start. Current preview. Preview end. And there's no E in print. There we go. Okay. So let's see if things are working the way I think they should. Boop, boop. Copying false, dragging true. Selection false, inf. Oh, this is what's crashing it, but why is that infinite? Can it not detect the location of the cursor for some reason? So it's crashing because I'm trying to make it detect the location of the cursor and it's just not. That's all I can think of that it could be, right? Because, oh god, it's gonna take forever to crash again. Oh, then yeah, I'll just hide it. Okay, so okay, there it goes. Okay, I can turn it back on then. All right, so what I'm seeing here is preview start is infinite. And so I guess it's trying to compare these, and it's trying to do that, I guess, because preview start is not equal to preview end. But why is preview start infinite? That should not be happening, because preview start should be set. Where do I do preview start? I would have thought that it would be here. Preview direction, so I set it to inf here. Because if it's getting set the first time... Like, I would have thought that it would have been here. Did I accidentally delete something when I shouldn't have? Well, it should definitely be getting set here. That's probably the issue. Okay. I would assume that's how it works. And then if we go down to process, I just want to make sure that I'm not setting it somewhere else, and that I shouldn't be setting it there. Because, no, it's probably been like this for a while. I've got to be setting it somewhere else. Otherwise it would have crashed just always. Copying. Okay, and then pipe dragging. Here we are. Alright, cursor location. Okay, so we come in here. Okay. No, this seems fine. Let me see. I gotta figure out where I'm setting preview start. Okay, so I set it there. I just added a thing where I set it there, but that's fake. Okay, no, that's fine. Yeah, so here, create preview path. And this is where I set it. If preview start is vector2.infinite, we set it. Okay, so where do I do create? Not create, but create. That was not the right one. It moved before I was ready. And I already forget what I called that function. Create preview path? Yeah. Okay, so where do I call this? Handle pipe dragging. I see. So because the mouse never moved, we never... Okay, if I go back to process, I think I know what's happening. So if the mouse never moves... If the mouse never moves, we never trigger this if statement here, because this is looking to see that the drag location changes, or that you move the mouse in order to start handling some of this stuff. But no, I call handle pipe dragging here. I don't call create preview path there. So maybe that's not it. I mean, I do think that setting preview start where I'm doing it will probably fix the bug, but I want to know why it's happening. That seems important. I want to know where I'm setting some of these things. Yeah, so let's create preview path. We're gonna go to the top. Okay, so that's not it. That's a different function. Handle pipe dragging. Okay, so I call it an handle pipe dragging. Right, I was just talking about that. So... I see. Okay, so I think I know how to fix it then. I always want to call this at the beginning, so I think instead of just... Well, you know what? I think this might actually just... What I just did might be an easier way to fix it. I'm just like, okay, we make sure we always call it once, and then it'll be fine. But... I can just do the important part right there. I know that the preview start always starts there. It starts where you click, always. Right? So, I want to check my logic for transforming a pipe. Because... When you click on an existing pipe, I have it turn blue, the highlight square turn blue, and then you're able to kind of do certain things depending on the type of pipe. So I want to make sure that this will still work the way I expect with this solution. Okay. Yeah, that seems fine. If current preview... Yeah, this is what I was worried about. Okay. This will never be vector2.inf here. So, this is fine. Okay, so this is checking for those things. Yep. This is checking for specific facing. Yeah, that's still checking for specific facing. So this will still be okay. Okay, this is something else. Okay, so yeah, this shouldn't break anything, so I think doing it like this is okay. So now... we're good. It doesn't crash. Okay. There we go, a crisis averted. Well, that was something. Man. Me just wanting to stop overloading process quite so hard just ended up destroying everything. Just goes to show. Even if you're trying to be kind, you can, in fact, make things worse if you don't know what you're doing. Gotta be careful. But there we go. Okay, so bug fixed. Now I can go back to trying to figure out where... What's the word? How to start getting things to work between room transitions now. So I've already determined that I am correctly adding things to the exit array. And this is going to be strictly for things being built in this room. So I have to think about things again. Okay. Basically, I'm determining when I should decide that it's an endpoint and not just something to be ignored. Yeah, that's right, because sometimes this will be an endpoint, actually. Will it? Yes. Yes, I should absolutely treat it like an endpoint sometimes. Ooh, man. Complexity. Okay. But I think I can kind of see the path in my head here. So... Let me think. Let's go back up to the top. Let's go back up to the top. We'll start rambling again. So these pipes are annoying. Sometimes. They are a starting point. Like an extractor. Sometimes they are an endpoint. Like a phylactery. Why does this happen? Well, it's simple, because sometimes element is flowing into the room, and sometimes it's flowing out. When it's flowing out of the room, I'll do into first. When it's flowing into the room, it's like an extractor. I need to make sure I need to propagate the values downstream into the pipes in this room. When it's flowing out of the room, I need the value to be correct so that I can let it flow into the next room. Yes, so I just need to make sure that the number's right. And that means that if an extractor finds a route to that... How would you say? Oh man, I get super twitchy when I put my hand in front of my face. Wow! Okay. You may not be able to see it, but I talk with my hands. Okay, so, yeah, basically if I find an extractor, if for a path from an extractor to this pipe on the exit, I always need to calculate, and so it's effectively an endpoint. That's why I say sometimes starting point, sometimes it's an endpoint, depending on the direction it's going. But that's fine. I think that'll be pretty easy to calculate. I just need to think through this. And... okay. So from there... I think this is sufficient information to modify my starting point and is ending point functions. So... Yeah, let's do that. And man, all this, and I haven't even made the dictionary. That's okay. Okay, so if that has this, I know it's at least facing the right direction. So now this is for if it's a starting point, so it's going to be turning inward. I could check to see if the X direction is going the right way, but I think I'd rather just check my pipe dictionary, honestly. So, check the values between rooms here. And I think I'll do that down here too. Okay, so if exit pipes array dot has. Oh, but I'm only getting the pipe name here. Oh god. The name is insufficient. I need the location. So this is going to become pipe location, and I'm gonna have to update a bunch of stuff. Well, this sucks. Oh well. Okay, I turn true. Alright, and then I need to check to see if the values are there, and why are you barfing? Oh, oops. Okay. So, I'm gonna need to update every plate I call this, and this sucks, but it is what it is. I need to be able to do this here. So, I'm sad. Let's scroll to the top and start getting this. So what's current here? Okay, so I probably want current chords. Alright, so I just gotta go through every single one of these. There's only 12. I thought there was gonna be a lot more. Okay, it won't be so bad then. This will just be pipe. There's probably gonna be so many bugs because of this, but it is what it is. I need that information in that function. Okay. And I'm just very carefully checking what I use here. So this will be check. Just to make sure I get the right variable there and hopefully minimize bugs. I am terrified. Updating functions later is scary. Now I can no longer know if any of this is safe. Ah, life is hard. Okay. So you're already good. No, you can't be good. I need current chords here. Pipe. And I've decided I'm not going to be safe in the code here because I kind of want it to crash if I mess something up. I'll explain in more detail in just a sec. Let me finish updating this. Okay, so what I was talking about there is you can see that I do no checks to see if pipe info pipe location is actually real and exists. Because every place I call this is in places that is only picking up stuff that already exists in the dictionary, basically. So if this crashes because pipe info pipe location doesn't exist, it means I'm passing in the wrong value. pipe info sub pipe location should always exist. There should be no time where this doesn't happen. And if it does happen, I decided I wanted to crash the game so I can fix the bug. I might be more safe when it comes to, like, a pre-release version or something. But right now, I want to be dangerous. I want to be as dangerous as possible, so this way I know that there's a problem. I don't want things to fail quietly right now. And that's just how I want it to be. So, we're gonna be dangerous. And we're gonna leave it like that. Okay, let's start putting together the dictionary here. So, up here in recalculate factory, I have some spots down at the bottom here where I go and update some of the factory global the factory global dictionaries. So I'm going to do that for here too. Okay, so I'm just thinking about when I should do that. Okay, so I want to update the values when the exit array is not empty. That's when the values need to be updated. But if it is empty, I want to make sure that there's no entry into the global in the global dictionary. Yes. Okay. So, let's see. Once again, I'm just thinking about how to properly create a nested dictionary. So this is syntactical thinking and not logic thinking, so I can't just type it out. Because nested dictionaries are kind of a nightmare, but I keep using them because they're convenient. Okay. So now I come down here and I'm gonna say if exit array or exit pipe array is empty. I just want to go into factory global dot, what did I call it? Active flow between rooms. Okay. I need to check to see if it exists. So, dot has parent dot name. Okay. That's how I'm doing it, right? Get parent dot name? Yes. So if I have that, I want to go here and factory global dot active flow between rooms sub parent get parent dot name dot erase. We kill it. It is now dead. All right. And if it's not empty, then I know that there's something in it. So I want to start making sure it's all good. So for that, I think I just kind of want to start making a dictionary for me to add here. So I'm gonna say var room dictionary, and it is a dictionary. Okay, and it is empty. Alright, so is it gonna be a dictionary actually? It might be, I guess it kind of has it. This is where the nested dictionaries, it gets tricky, because what I want to happen is I want to have the structure. So there's the dictionary. We have the top level dictionary here. And then underneath, so for its keys, are rooms. The value for the rooms are connections. And then the connections is an array, I guess. Well, it's a dictionary. Okay, yeah, it's gonna be a dictionary. Okay, so now we have another dictionary, and it has keys, connections, values, a dictionary, I think, because I need... No, I'm thinking about this wrong. See, this is why I'm just trying to wrap my head around what the hell am I even trying to do. Okay, so let's ignore that level for some point, because I need... I need a few different keys here. It's, direction. And... Okay, let's see, what was I talking about? Yeah, so basically trying to work backwards here and figure out how to get this structure where we have... dictionary. And we might have testing room and... testing room 2. Okay, so those are the names of the rooms. And then under here, we might have a connection to testing room 2. And here we might have a connection to testing room. And then under those, and let's just pretend like there's a testing room 3 right now. And testing room 3, sure, we'll go put them in. I haven't made a testing room 3 yet, but I will at some point, so we'll just put them in right now. I need to test it to test for pipe, loops, and recursion. I think it'll be easier to test it with 3 than it will be 2. Okay, so we'll say that this goes to testing room 2, and potentially... testing room 3. And then we'll say that this one might go to testing room or testing room 3. Alright, you're supposed to go over here. Oh! Hello there, Chompy Choco! Thank you for the raid! I hope your stream went well. How did it go? Oh wait, who actually raided me? Blaze Receptor. My bad. Sorry, it took me a second to find the notification. But yes. Thank you for the raid. Hello, everyone. So, I am Planckera, and I make things. Right now, we are developing a game. It's going to be a... I guess I could do my game demonstration here. I'm just trying to work out some logic here because I'm tying myself in knots. It happens, don't worry about it. So, here's what I've got so far. It's very scuffed. I am greatly enjoying my scuffed placeholders. I think they're fantastic. But the basic premise of the game is that it's a Metroidvania. So, you know, 2D side-scroller where you're doing a bunch of exploring. And within the rooms of the dungeon you're exploring, if you if you fully conquer them and, you know, defeat all the enemies and then place down a thing that will let you own the room, you can start building a little factory in there. And within that factory, that's going to determine your stats. So instead of things like your movement speed, your jump height, your attack, and your HP being relatively fixed, you know, maybe it'll increase slightly over the course of the game. Instead, you know, you're conquering the rooms and building a factory in them, and they will drastically increase what you can do. So if you have a cool enough factory, you'll be able to run really fast, jump into the stratosphere, hit things really hard, and just have lots of HP. You know, if you're good enough, maybe you can even run through an entire pit of lava, whether it's because you have tons of HP or you're just really, really fast. So just as a quick demonstration here, you can see I'm using a state machine, so the player's current state is sitting over their head, and if I try to jump, nothing happens, but you can kind of see his state flicker, and that's because currently the player has no air. And so if we give him a little bit of air here, so I'll plop with some stuff here. Oh shoot, that's right. It's not supposed to crash the game. Pretend that didn't happen. Let me go back to the demonstration. I just forgot about something I was in the middle of doing. And, it's not done, so it broke. There we go. So, now we can jump. Yay. And there's a little bit more air over here. So, we'll go ahead and, oh. Did I break my pipe dragging? I did. Deeply unfortunate. Oh god, I really broke it. Okay, well, like I said, I was in the middle of changing a bunch of things, so there's some things that are just kind of broken right now. And now we can jump even higher. So yeah, and if I break that, then you see, we go back to this height. If we break things here, we don't jump nearly as high. So the power of the factory will determine your overall power and what you can do. And thank you. I'm glad you enjoy my energy. And yes, I believe in myself too. Don't worry, I got this. I've actually been working at a pretty good pace. Things have slowed down a little bit because I've run into a problem that's really, really hard to deal with. This actually does not need to exist at all. I have changed what I was working on there. So yeah, things have been going extremely well. Just slightly stuck for the moment, but I have a good idea on how I'm going to handle that. I'm just not doing it right now, because I've been beating my head on it for long enough that I need a break. Alright. Well, let's see, were you doing some game dev too? What kind of game are you making? Let's see, what was I doing? Right, I was trying to figure out structure of a dictionary. Okay. So, I really like dictionaries, and I keep making nested dictionaries, and sometimes they're a nightmare to keep track of, so I'm just trying to figure out what exactly that I want things to do and what I want it to look like, so that this way I can make it without breaking my brain. Oh, well that's no problem. What kind of game are you making? You gotta start somewhere. That's why I have scuffed placeholders, and they're beautiful. I mean... let's look at some of this. It's slightly less scuffed than it was a couple of streams ago, because I had a thing where I needed the grid to go all the way to the edge. I'm kind of tempted to change it back, honestly. I think is it still broken over here? No, unfortunate. But yeah, you can see I've got really bright colors that just look terrible. We got some shenanigans going on here. Oh, huh, it's working there now. Why the hell was it broken before? Okay, well, I'm gonna have to track down that bug. It's not gonna look anything like this. I mean, it's a Metroidvania. An incremental game. Oh, very nice. I play lots of incremental games. I love them a lot. A rock, paper, scissors based incremental game. Huh, interesting. Alright. Well, that sounds super interesting. Oh yeah, and my selector. Isn't it beautiful? Look at the colors. They're awful. They're supremely awful. I love it. So yeah, everything is basically placeholder for now. I'm just trying to get all the basic mechanics down. So far so good. The thing that I've been stuck on is I want people to be able to make whatever cursed pipe abominations that they want. Okay. Not the place to be advertising commissions. I wish you luck with your business, but this is not the place to advertise your commissions. Okay. But yeah, the thing that's currently having trouble is I'm making sure that I can calculate everything in the factory correctly. And I want people to be able to make whatever kind of cursed pipe abominations that they want. So let me show you my test. Yeah, it looks like this. It's really stupid. But everything is short of just, like, the most cursed pipe configurations you can think of are all working correctly. It's only when you get really dumb like this. I don't think anybody will be able to make this. Will ever want to. Oh, it's fine. I want people to try. Please try to kill my game. Do your best. Because I know that if even somebody that really likes cursed stuff is, isn't able to break my game, then I have done something very well. So I want people to be able to make the most cursed stuff that they can think of. And I think I've got a good solution for how to do it, but... Oh, right. That's fine. I haven't opened the blueprint book in a while, so let me see. Okay. It's okay. This is giving me a chance to fix some bugs for some code I took out. I had underground pipes working for a little bit, but I didn't like my solution, so I gutted it completely, and I just missed a few spots. Let me fix that, and then I'll open my blueprint book again. Okay, good luck. Legitimately, I want people to try to break it. It's not ready for people to try to break it yet, but I want people to try to break it. I want it to be super, super broken. Okay, so blueprint book opens now. So yeah, just some of the simpler test things that I put together. This one works. This kind of setup works. I'm just, you know, plopping some things down to make it a little easier to visualize, so all this works. And most of the things that you'd actually want to be able to do, like split things into thirds, this would split things into thirds, it works. Merging two sources in order to combine them together works. And, let's see, let's do this one. I don't know exactly how this would, divide it. I don't feel like counting, but works. And even something as cursed as this works. You basically just have to get ridiculously cursed before it breaks. So, I'm taking a little bit of a break from figuring out how to do that, and right now, the way I want things to work here is you can... I want you to be able to build your factory between rooms, so you can see right here, these really bright areas. Don't mind the extra green here, that's irrelevant. All that does is, that was for doing an attack test, so I can whack it and make it go ouch in my debug. So... So yes, I can whack it, it goes out, so that's all the green square does. But yes, these brightly colored squares, that's where you get your resources from. You can put your resource extractor thingy on it, and you'll get your resources there, and then you can pump it to where it needs to go. So here you can see that they're blue and green, so they have water and air. If I go into the next room, they are red and brown, so they have fire and earth. And there is no water or air in here, and there is no fire and earth in here. So what you need to be able to do is take your elements from this room and move them into the next room, over to here. And that's what this pink square is. That's the point where you can connect your pipes to move them to the next room. They are one way, so I can't both move water and air from this room over to here and fire and earth from this room and over here. I have to pick. And then you can do, you know, whatever things you gotta do. So, that's currently what I'm working on. So that is what this dictionary that I'm putting together is for. I'm putting together the structure that will let you keep track of what is going on between rooms. So right now I've already got a little structure that keeps track of your stats between rooms that works properly. And now I'm making a structure that keeps track of what is in those transition points where you can put pipes between rooms. So that's what I'm building out right now. Yes, so I'll keep doing that. And right now there's only a testing room and a testing room 2, but someday there will be a testing room 3 because I think what I need to test to make sure that this is working will be easier with 3 rooms. So currently we're planning for testing room 1, or a testing room 2, and testing room 3. And this is what I'm doing to help me visualize what this data structure is going to look like. So, not every room will be connected to every other room, but having 2 is making it easier for me to understand. So, I'm just going through and making sure that I actually understand what the heck I'm doing. It makes it easier to code. I've tried to code without understanding what the heck it is I'm doing, and it yields poor results. So I'm trying not to do that here. Okay, so now we have testing room 3. Okay. Okay. Alright, so let's see here. Yes, and then each of these rooms needs to have their... So this is going to be the connection to that room specifically, and each of those connections will have a direction and an amount. Oops, that's right, I need to... Boop. Okay. I don't want the spirits to yell at me. Sometimes I think that programming is just akin to talking to the computer spirits, and I don't want them to yell at me while I'm just trying to think. So, comments. Alright. And I just want a blank spot there to separate them. So then we'll have a... Actually, no, I don't want the blank spot there. Direction. And an amount. And yada yada. Okay, so this is basically what it's going to look like. So now I gotta think about how to put that together. So in the dictionary, the keys are the name of the room, which has a value of a dictionary with keys of the name of the room. You know, the connecting room. And then those dictionaries here will have 2 keys with their amounts. I don't know. I'm just picking random values here. So it'll look something like that. All right. Well, thank you for stopping by, and thank you again for the raid. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Okay. So it'll look something like that. And this does look correct to me. So I have the keys here, which have the next nested dictionary there. Okay. So this tells me that room dictionary is going to be equal to, let me see, the connection. So yes, I think I need another export variable. So let's do that. I need to know which room this connects to. So let's see. Let's go into my pipe exit here. So I have the side that it's on, the direction that it's going, and now I need the room that it connects to. Var, which is a... I think I can just make it a string. Yeah, that should be fine. So if I compare it to what I did for level transition, I just like comparing to that as a sanity check. Yeah, so I have the string there, and then I just need to make sure that I always call it by the right thing, which shouldn't be too hard when I'm going out and actually building the levels. That should be very doable. So in this case, it'll be testing room 2. So this one over here connects to testing room 2. And right now I'm just gonna get this one working, and then I'll worry about the next room and making it so that they can actually be used. One thing at a time. Okay, so now we have that, and I can come back over here. So I will have the exit pipe here. So now I need to get the exit in question. Okay. So we're gonna be going for exit pipe in exit pipes array. I'm wondering if it makes more sense to get the exit itself into the array instead of the exit pipe. Since you can only have one exit pipe in there, do I use the exit pipe for literally anything here? But when I am not transitioning from room to room, when I am first building the thing, when I am first building the pipe, what's more interesting to me is actually the exit rather than the pipe itself. So maybe it would make more sense if I kept track of the exit itself, because then I could call, or I could use the properties on the exit in order to get the information I need. And I think the pipe is only relevant when I'm reconstructing the room. Yeah, so I'm not actually sure if I care too much about what pipe has it. So I think I'm actually gonna change this. Do I want to keep my exit pipes array anyway? Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to keep track of the pipe that was on that pink square, but I'm considering that I might be more interested in the pink square itself, because then I can access properties and do all that stuff. Whereas when I am not dealing with transitioning rooms and recalculating the factory from a room transition, I don't actually think I care about the pipe. The pipe is only relevant when I come to calculate the flow itself. And at that point, I do think that I can find that pipe based on the location of the exit. Yes. So yeah, I really don't think I care about the pipes at all. So we're gonna change the name of this thing here. Don't mind my musing. This was all from earlier. Well, I was trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing here. So I would actually like this to be so this is gonna be all of the exits. So I think I will call this used exits. Hello there, Footlong Icicle. That's quite a name. Welcome. This will be an array of pipe exit. It is empty. Okay. We're not worried about this right now. Show me where you all broke. Okay. Okay, and let's see. Used exits array. And you can just be an exit then. Okay. Location. Let's see. Yeah, this should be fine. So what I'm going to do is we're just gonna put the whole object in there. So let's see. Used exits array dot append exit. Same here. Oh, I don't need this print anymore or any of this. I thought I got rid of that earlier. I guess I didn't. Oh well. And then we use used exits array. Exit. Perfect. Okay, this is gonna be harder then. Okay, so I have the pipe location. Maybe I do want to keep my pipe array then. Just because it would make this easier to do. So what this part is doing is I'm determining whether or not a pipe is a start or an end point of basically how do I calculate the numbers flowing through that pipe. And it would indeed be easier if I kept track of the pipes that are on top of exits. Okay, so we'll do both. Okay, in that case, I want to keep all of these. Okay. And we'll keep things exploding for a little bit. And let's see, then I want used exits array dot append exit. We'll do both. Okay. Let me find where I'm actually using this just to see if I want to update it. Our exit pipes array. I really should make a generic pipe class. This way I don't just have to... I can type my arrays properly. But it's fine. I don't feel like worrying about it. Okay, so now we're doing both there. Here I'm just checking for it, and here I'm just checking the exits. Okay, so this should all be fine. Okay. Sub exit dot connecting room. That's perfect. So that'll get me the name of the connecting room, and it was why I wanted to do it like this. So there we go, and we'll set it equal to... Let's see. I think I can probably just do it like this, and Direction is going to be... it's going to be just exit direction. You know what? I think I want to make another helper function in there because direction is an enum and I don't want it to be 1 or 0. I would like it to be a string that I can read. Because that'll be easier for me to maintain in the long run. So let's make another little function here. We'll call it get direction. It'll return a string and we will return direction. Oops, I'm not sure how that happened. The spirits are fickle, it's fine. Dot keys, a sub, direction, right? Flow direction. Okay. Yeah, I hear you, Godot. Don't worry about it, we'll do it in a second. Okay, let's see. Yep, that looks correct. Equals exit dot get direction. Okay. And then we want amount, which I actually do store in here. That is probably more akin to what it will be on the pipe, but you know what? Since I already do have a variable for it, I might as well store it in here too, and just make my life super easy. And this is actually going to be a dictionary, so... You know, just what we need, another nested dictionary. I'm just thinking about how to apply the values. Okay, so what I think I'm gonna do is... I think I already have a global array of the elements here. Yeah, here we are. So element array. I don't think I can use that. I'll just say it's equal to an empty dictionary for now. And then I just want to go for element in a factory global dot element array. And then through each of those, I want to say room, dictionary, sub, exit, dot, connecting room. Look, things get weird when you have nested dictionaries. Don't worry about it. Sub, amount, sub, element. Is this fine? Equals... Let's see. So, as I have it here, I have an array of elements there. Sorry, but the chat is kind of covering things up. Okay, but yeah, it's not an export variable, it's a set in the code. So I do have an element array, I do have element values. I think I just want the element array, and it's not going to be array, it's going to be a dictionary of string and float, like everything else. Okay. So, in theory, I should set this at some point. I don't yet, but in theory, by the time I get to the end of my factory calculations, it should be set. I'll make sure to do that. So at this point, it should be equal to Exit sub element. Yes. Okay, in theory, that should be right. If this doesn't crash, I'll be happy. That's my goal right now. Let's just not have it crash. Okay. And then after we go through all of this, we should have an accurate room dictionary. So I'll say that factory global... No, not false. Factory global sub active flow between rooms sub get parent dot name is equal to room dictionary dot duplicate true. Okay. So there we go. That should get it. In theory. Just to make sure, let's print factory global dot active flow between rooms. Okay. We'll print the whole dang dictionary because that's fine for now. It's only gonna have one item in it, so let's build a quick thing to test this with. So we'll grab an extractor, and I'll just drag a normal pipe over to here. Dang nabbit. Okay. Water. Okay, so I need to... It's okay, I know what's happening. I just need to actually give it a value in my calculation real quick. I don't think that'll be hard, so I'll just go ahead and do it. Let's see, where is my calculate flow? I have a lot of functions in here, don't worry about it. There it is, okay. So, it's actually really straightforward. The only thing that makes it hard is when there's stupid pipe loops and you get really cursed pipe setups. The rest is easy. So let's just scroll down to the bottom here, and when we are finally going through and adding values to everything, here we are. I would also like to know, for every pipe. Okay, so that's all looping stuff, I don't care. Sure, we'll just do it down here. And I don't care if the numbers are correct right now, I just want to know that this is applying values the way I think it should. So if, what did I call it? Exit pipes array dot has pipe. Okay, so if it has that, or exit in exits, if exit dot position is equal to stir to var pipe. This may not be the correct position. I might need to normalize it onto the grid, but I'll do that in a second. So if I find an exit with that location, I want to say exit sub... shoot, what did I call it again? God, I can never remember what I call my variables. Never. It's impossible. I should close some of these to make things easier to find, too. Type exit, there we are. Element array, that's what I thought I called it. I was surprised when the autocomplete wasn't helping me. Okay. Okay, so is equal to... path sub pipe sub elements dot Duplicate. There we go. True. Okay. So now that should be setting the values right, except this might be wrong. Let me look up how I did it in spawning, because this is working. Because I'm pretty sure I have to normalize it to the grid. Okay. I'm just gonna steal that. Keep my life simple. It's good to keep it simple when you can. It tends to be hard enough on its own. So I'll do that real quick, I'll test it, and I think that might be where I end for today. But if we have the little data structure working, then I personally think that is fantastic. Especially considering I fixed a couple of very strange bugs. And boop. Okay. Okay, so there we go. So if the exit is equal to the pipe location, I keep track of pipes via their location. It's the only unique thing I could think of that would be completely unique to them. So I use that, and then we get elements. So let's see if we crash. Okay, we'll just keep crashing the game until morale improves. It's fine. Alas. Huh? Oh, right, of course. No, not child. We don't want just child, we want all of them. We want all of the children. Okay. Still no, huh? Area 2D pipe exit. Should be there. Exit. Oh, right, of course. I need to do element array, sub-element. Okay, to be fair, it was broken before, and I did need to fix that bug, so... Okay, most excellent. This might be an issue, because I see that the name has an and in it. Why does it have an and in it? What does... Okay. Testing room 2, direction inside. No, this should not be inside. This should be outside, but to be fair, I don't set that yet. Amount is there. Okay, so at this point... Testing room, open bracket, okay, open bracket here, close bracket here. Okay, so the dictionary all looks correct. All of that appears to be working. The values in it aren't quite right yet, but I'm not calculating whether this is flowing inside or outside yet, so that's fine. Okay, and... yeah, I think this is looking good. I'm a little bit worried about this ampersand in there. I want to see what one of my other global things look like. So print factory global dot, let's do all of them. Active pipe layout. Okay. Because that's going to become important when I name things for here. Because the values need to match. And if I'm naming it wrong, then that's going to be an issue. So we'll make that again. Okay. I should have put spaces between these, because there's no way I'm going to be able to read this. Okay, active phylactery values has none. Okay, that's perfect. And indeed, there's an ampersand there. Ooh, okay, I'm a little scared. Let's see. If I go to the next room, And we kind of do the same thing. Oh, that one did not appear to print. Did it? Hard to tell. No, that one did not print. Okay, I think it's because it didn't recognize this as a proper endpoint because I don't have it set up. So exit to testing room 1. The connecting room is testing room. At least as we know it right now. Side is left, that is right. Or at least correct. At least it is, you know, correct. Okay, and then let's see, so from here... Oh, no, I don't want to start in testing room 2, I want to start in testing room 1. Okay. Is that all I need in order to fix it? I gave it its connecting room, it has the right side. Yeah, this seems okay. So in theory, this should print. It's not resetting properly anymore. Okay, well, we'll do it like... No, I can't do it like that. Okay. So I have another small bug to fix here, but that's okay. Ah, it's still not printing. Are you not considered an exit? I have you in exits. It has a unique name. Everything appears to be set up correctly. When the room is ready, it should be getting my array of exits. Okay, let's start from testing room 2 and see if it's an issue here. Yeah, it's not printing anything. Awkward. I'm not sure where that empty dictionary print is coming from. Let's see. I'd like to find this issue before I stop. Let me compare what I did with testing room 2 compared to 1, but they look the same to me at this point. Gotta collapse the sources to keep things easy to look at. This is a proper exit to testing room 1 there. Okay. No, this all appears fine to me. Does it not like that there's a space in testing room? Okay, so I think that my exit is set up okay. I think that's all set up correctly. So why is it not finding it? All I can think is that it's not recognizing that I built the pipe on top of it. So let's go look at spotting the building. Maybe they're not overlapping properly. I mean, it would make some sort of sense because you can see that this guy's like a little bit off screen, and I calculate the position of things from the upper left. So that may not just have been an issue on the right side, since the upper left would be, you know, just like right there. Whereas over here, it's kind of off screen. And so it just might not be calculating its location correctly. In fact, I think that's exactly what it is. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna make things easy on myself, and I am just going to make it so that they are not sitting at the edge and kind of hanging off there. I'm gonna normalize it to the grid. I'm gonna remove the 20 here. And we're just gonna plop it on there like that. And I'm gonna do the same in here, where we take this guy and its position should just be 0. And now I think it should work. Let's find out. Yeah, okay, so that was the issue. No problem. Okay, in that case, I still want to test from testing room 1. So what I need to test here is whether or not the names will match up. Because if they're not going to, that's going to be an issue for me. Okay. That will be an issue. I see. Well, good luck. It sounds like you got quite a project on your hands. Okay, so we have testing room. Did I find the wrong one? I probably did. No, this is the right one. I should have added spaces. Life is hard. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do that, then we'll run the test again. Embrace hell! Run through the fire, it'll make you stronger! Everybody knows that running through fire is good for your self-esteem. Okay, let's put in space here. Yay. Okay. Now we run the test again. Boop, boop. Okay. So now I just look for the spaces, and here we go. Testing room. Testing room 2 did not get added. Why not? What happened? What did happen? I'm looking for when we start getting Earth. Because, man, unfortunately, my dictionary is a little hard to read. You know, just a little. It has all the information I need, but when it comes to printing it, oh my god. The worst. The worst. I gotta look into all this mess for testing room 2. Oh my god. Why do I hate myself? Maybe I should start from the bottom. Because I think there's less pipes down here. What's even in that source there? Because I thought I put something in here. Not the rectangle, the source. Yeah, we got fire and earth in that one, so we should be getting fire and earth in here, but it is not. Should actually be water in the other one. Okay, well, I messed something up somewhere. That might be a job for my future self. I'll take a look. But, man, I'm gonna need to print this more nicely. Because there ain't no way I'm gonna be able to read that, and I don't know why... Oh no, here's testing room 2. And indeed, for some reason, it just does not have the same value as here, and that's problem. That's a problem. Well, I can type whatever I want in there. So it might just be something where I have to get the name according to Godot in every room. And if it's just Like, why is there an ampersand right here? Because, like, it's not here. When I look at its name, I don't see it here. Like, can I get its name? No? Remote node. Okay. Because, like, it doesn't have it here. Okay, well, that'll be something that I figure out. I think, at least for now, I've got this working sufficiently for what I wanted to do, and I'm a little over time here, so I do think that I will stop here, because I got some stuff to do. Phew! Well, despite the silliness here, I'm pretty happy. We've got the basics of room transition started. So once I'm a little bit more comfortable with calculating everything, we'll be able to get the values going between rooms properly, I think. And then I can have the happy fun time of figuring out, okay, what happens if you have a pipe loop that goes between rooms? And then I can die again. It'll be fantastic. So, well, I can look forward to that. Help. Okay, it's okay. You know, like I said, you gotta run through hell. It's just what you gotta do. It'll make you stronger. Everybody knows that setting yourself on fire just makes you stronger. So, we'll do that, and at some point, I will finally have all the math working, and then I can, you know, just start expanding on the gameplay a little further. Maybe get rid of some of the jank. That'll be a good day. I'm just trying to think of what other factory things do I do? There's a little bit of jank in how things are set up. Yeah, there's a little bit of jank in, like, dragging pipe paths and some stuff with blueprints and copy and pasting and some stuff that I'd like to fix at some point. Oh yeah, there's still some factory-related stuff to do. But, you know, that'll be for future me. Unfortunately, I know next to nothing about 2D. I am a 2D girl that makes 2D worlds. So, alas, can't help you there. But, alright. I think I'll stop here for today, so thank you all for coming. And I hope you're able to make something wonderful today. I will see you all tomorrow.